Hello, everybody. Brian here from quantlabs.net. Today is the 28th, 4:38 p.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time. Just wanted to go over what I'm seeing in the market. So let's go over to our screen here. Alright, so let's see what's been going on in the world of Yahoo. Things are not looking so bad when you start to look at the mainstream stuff. You can see the markets are a little bit mixed. Oil is up. That's one area to pay attention to. Gold is down. Forex, well, we know about that. It's quite mixed. Crypto and Bitcoin just getting slammed pretty hard. International up a little bit. Japan's up. So let's take a look at what's going on in the market. So you can see here Japan yen is doing okay. Again, I don't watch the news, but it's always in the price. It helps to know about news, no doubt. UK 100, it's doing not bad. It's bounced back. Again, now let's look at the monthly view here. This right here is not so strong in terms of since the recovery after the virus. I mean, everything's going to be driven by what goes on with this virus variant and all. Oil commodities like USD Canada may do okay. Well, it's been flat, and it's always the same pattern: decline and go range bound. Not a big fan of currencies just due to the fact that there's very little performance with them. You can see here USD, CHF, it's all decline and flat. There's very little performance in these. Here's the USD Norway. Again, this is an oil trade, so it's not so bad. If we do have some form of economic downturn, you're going to want to look for these currencies that have an established base that don't show any form of potential to collapse. If they do, next year could be a really good test. Here's a couple of ways to find out. Here again, we're looking at monthly view. USD Canada, little bit of a trend since 2013 and stabilized since. When you look at the Norway, we could see the same thing. Monthly view, it's stable. You're not going to get a lot of performance when you start to look at currencies like the Swiss franc. Monthly view, you can see here it's declined and gone flat. These are the currencies I'd stay away from. The ones that give a bit more stability: Canada, Japanese yen. Monthly view, once again, this one not that great, but we could start looking at gold here. Gold is another area you may want to have a little bit to counteract if things go off the rails. On the other hand, I might be wrong in saying that because we're coming off of a potential full recovery after the virus, the global sickness, as I call it. You can see here it has this, like here, gold and Swiss franc has established some support levels over the years, but comparatively, which ones are going to be better currencies is a good way to know the strength of the economy. You can see here, this is probably a little better with the British pound over the Swiss franc. Hong Kong dollar, again, these are all monthly views. Hong Kong dollar looks pretty strong. And again, we have here gold in Singapore. So that's looking a little better long term. Okay, so it's another way to be able to measure which is the better currency to have gold stored in. And now we look at gold in New Zealand. So I have a little batch that I just looked at. Looks like Singapore is the better place. I mean, their stock performance not very good. Now we get into some markets here. Just so you know, there's a 25% return on the US. Decent recovery. I've also showed you the one for the British. It was nowhere strong, but you can see here for the last 4 months that the Australian has gone flat. Canadian dollar is another good comparison to look for those stability in price. On the monthly view, you can see it's not a very good one. Check. Let's see the Singapore, how that's been doing. Again, Euro and Singapore, solid decline there. So you're already developing a strategy just by looking at if you wanted a place to hide out in, have gold and hold it in Singapore dollar. Deutsche 10-year bond. A lot of these are defensive trades, as you can tell as well. The Deutsche 10-year bond has been in a decent rally a little bit. Again, this goes all the way back to 2008. Been very stable, been no performance. When you look at markets again, on the Hong Kong 33, not very good. India's been pretty good, as you'll see here. It's been on a decline. Might be bouncing back. There is the best markets out there, I'm finding. Netherlands, again, monthly view. This one's not too bad as well. And as I said, with the Singapore 30, not very strong as well. I'm always looking at monthly view. You can see it's just been no performance whatsoever with it. So how's the British pound, the Singapore dollar been holding out? Not very good. But you can see, though, as I said, for safety, out of all of them, with gold, Singapore is your best bet. Right now, Taiwan is the number one market exchange out there. You can see here, decent performance on short term, but monthly, this is what I'm very encouraged. Very little been hit with the global sickness and had a nice steep recovery, gone flat. Look at this most recent return here on the Taiwan exchange. I think there's going to be some nice strength here to be found. UK 10-year bond or gilt, very all over the place, not very strong. Again, Russell 2000. Again, we're just going in the order of how this appears. Pretty good performance, but there's been no performance lately over the last month compared to the Taiwanese. Continuing along, here's a classic major pair, USD and CHF or Swiss franc. Again, monthly view, same thing, no decline. Denmark, another one we can look at. This one's all over the place. There's really no trend, some volatile, range bound, on and on I could go. Now let's look at corn agriculture. The performance is a little decent rally on an intraday, but when you look at the monthly view, it did spike, did drop, and it's starting to spike up again. This is why I question these inflation, because we've had a drop and it's starting to spike up, well, rally a little bit, and I just don't know why. It's more the retail or wholesale or logistics that's driving up the food prices. Again, Canada, Hong Kong, let's look at that one. Monthly view, again, dead. Pound against the Polish, zloty, again, really not much, not very encouraging there. New Zealand and US dollar. Now this is the first US dollar holding that people would want to use to hold in US dollar. But you can see here, just on a month, on a short-term view here since November, how it's declined and gone flat. So this is the general consensus I'm seeing. It is stable here on the monthly view, which is good. So maybe that might be a decent pair to hold if that's what you want to do. I don't recommend it. Copper, slight rally there. Monthly view, again here, decent, really good rally since January 2020. Gone flat though, but this is a good one to watch for is copper. Here's another Australian US dollar decline, gone flat short term. But let's see how this has performed as well. Yeah, decline and gone bad compared to, as I said, the New Zealand and USD as well. Okay, Australia, Japanese yen. This one's not so bad with the yen. Monthly view, again, really not very strong, convincing. I mean, lately, yes, but there's better ones to hold in. SPX 500, that nice little rally this week. 4,500 to 4,800, that's pretty good return in a very short period of time. Now, let me show you where wealth is being created for a lot of people. I mean, we knew since February 2009, nice solid rally, slight drop there when the global sickness hit, and it's been a solid return up, and that's S&P. And if it continues, you can continue for the performance overall. That's pretty strong. US 30, let's compare that. Monthly view, similar, but it's been a little more flat as well. Brent Crude is another interesting one. I think this is going to start to move again with inflation kicking in, probably by the look of it. Here you can see from this rally here at May 1st, $32 all the way up, peaking again at 83, drop back, and the current price is at $79. So this could start to move a little bit more. I think it hits its peak based upon demand, because if it gets too high, people will not use oil as much. I mean, here back in 08, went all the way up to 127. So historically, I think it won't go beyond here around at 109. So there might be some ramp space to continue. France 40, this market all over the place. Monthly view, pretty good actually, really strong month last month. So that's another interesting market to watch as well. Pound against the US dollar, decline, gone flat. That's the short term. Monthly view, just in the tank there. Moving along here. Okay, so let's look at more gold, specifically gold and Australian dollar. Been very flat. Decent little rally here that started February 1st, 2019 at $1,700 all the way up to $2,700. Pretty good. So this might start to rally again. Again, which one's the best one to hold? From what I'm seeing, probably Singapore. If you look at the euro monthly view, again, you want to measure that performance here. So again, this is gold and euro, 1027, all peaking at 1500. That's a 50% return in a very short period of time. Pretty strong. I do expect that to continue. Compare that to the British pound, been very flat lately. But again, more rally, $800 to peaking here at 1493. So it's almost doubled. Very short period of time. I do expect that could continue. Hong Kong dollar, I think we established that was a pretty good one as well. But similar pattern here, 8,000 to peaking here at 15,000. So again, almost a double move there. Moving along, we've got silver here, Australian dollar. How did that perform? Big spike there back in April, May, June. Gone from $22, peaking at $40. Pretty strong. Has drifted back. You might get better performance out of gold. The way it's looking, here's the euro as well. Similar pattern here, but it's been more stable in euro. Again here, 1258 from April all the way up to 23, and then gone kind of flat since. Okay, so we looked at the Australia, New Zealand is an interesting pair for the Forex. So this is, let's say here back in November 19, $1.03, buck up to $1.06, 3%, not very exciting. But again, on the monthly view, forget it. It's because I'm assuming because of the global sickness. China 50, let's see how this has been doing. Little rally back in late November, gone flat again, monthly view. Okay, so we're starting to see some form of a rally, but it doesn't look encouraging for China 50. Euro Australia decline. Let's look at the monthly view. It's only all about the monthly view. Been flat. Euro Canadian, flat. Okay, this one's a pretty good one. Euro and Hungarian. Nice trend here. See that? So you're going from January sorry, July 1st at 233. Now it's at 369 current price. So if you're into currencies, that's a good one. Euro USD is the biggest one out there. Decline flat, short term, and again, you can just see that solid decline there. Nothing I would not want to go into. Euro, South African rand, flat, but very choppy. But you see the trend, so that's an okay one to be part of. Deutsche 10-year, I think we covered that. Hong Kong 30 is not very strong as an exchange, but again, that should mean declining. India's been pretty good, as I said. Declining there, 1 month chart, very strong but flat, but this could start to turn around. Singapore 30 we've already seen. Singapore, Japan, just Asia seems to be actually fairly stable, but there's no performance there. UK 10-year gilt we've looked at. USD China Yuan, like that slight decline there. The monthly, like just been hit really hard because of the global sickness. Same with the USD Poland. Well, it's not too bad. There's a slight incline there. I'd rather take Hungary, no doubt. USD Thai baht stayed lately, but starting to maybe rally. I don't know. There's just better, if you do want to do currencies, better ones out there. We've looked at these. 5-year Treasury stable, but you can see it's in a really strong decline. That's because of the debt acceleration, the talk of the stimulus packages that are putting out there. Here's the 10-year, probably a similar pattern as well. So the credibility is definitely being lost for the U.S. We've already looked at USD Canada. USD Japan is another big one. Slight trend up there over the last month, but monthly stable, starting to rally a little bit. USD Singapore monthly view, not to be part of that. USD South African rand trending up. It's not as volatile as with the euro. WTI, slight decline, but it has been rallying over the last couple of since here. December 20th, so $67 to $77. That's a bit of a return in a very short period of time. So that's a really good something to be part of. You can see here on the monthly, it's had a rally, big drop, and starting to move up again. Sugar's a good one. Stable lately, but you can see here, nice rally a few months ago. Has been I don't know, just been flat. Wheat, another one, big solid drop there on the monthly. Has been rallying a little bit, except for the last on the monthly last month here. Corn, another one, nice rally there in the short term. But the monthly it did go up, stopped going up in April, dropped back, and now you see it with that bigger bar in the last month. So again, the inflation might start to accelerate here. Still in a very good status here. Let's see here. We've seen a lot of these. And then platinum, last one here, a little bit of rally. It's not much to get excited about. Yeah. Okay, so we're done there. If you like what you see, just come over to quant-labs.net/contact and sign up to our daily newsletter. And I'll be doing more of these using Oanda, but investing with interactive brokers. We shall talk to you later. Have a good day.